Hello, Mr. Aylett. Ben, how are we?
I'm very well, Chris, and how are you, mate?
Yeah, happy belated birthday, because we didn't get a chance to wish you a birthday while you nicked off to the Gold Coast to have a birthday.
Yeah, I slunk off to the eastern seaboard and, I had a ball.
Slunk off, all right, I'll say so. Yeah, many people. Note the, how could I put it, the tones of green envy from the other side of the microphone to you.
Yeah.
That's what,
I can see why, because it was the first time that I went to Queensland. And
have you never been to Queensland before?
Well, actually, I have been to Queensland before, but that was just to go to Brisbane to work.
Oh, okay. They're off the plane, work, back on the plane.
Exactly,
home.
Yeah. So I only saw the inside of an office and maybe a motorway or two, and that was about it. But, this trip was fantastic. We went up to Mount Tamborine. We had a look at Warner Brothers Movie World, went to Byron Bay, Burleigh Heads, and then up and down Surfers Paradise. And it was a ball.
Yeah, well, of course you would have done too, because you're a bit of a surfer and a surf lifesaver. So you would have almost been in, I guess, surfers/surf lifesavers paradise, really.
Yes. Well, the beaches were closed because of that massive storm that was racing up the coast.
But you don't care about that stuff.
Well,
You're one of these mad blokes who goes out there anyway, don't you?
I used to be when I was younger,
Funny how that happens. Yeah, when I was younger.
Yes.
There was a time. When was that? Not now.
No. It was a while ago.
Mate, there's an interesting story that we heard about on the news.
Yes.
Break-ins, a couple of Apple shops, had a crack at the one in the city.
Yep.
They evidently got disturbed. Mm-hmm. So then went and had a crack at the one down at Burragoon, I believe.
That's right, the old Garden City shop,
They clearly were after, they knew what they were after.
Yes.
Because I guess if you were going to different phone shops, you'd be able to get any sort of phone. I'm guessing that one thing these goons haven't factored is that Apple will be able to turn the products off.
Yes.
So if you're mug enough to buy a dirt cheap brand new iPhone from somebody, it's not going to work, because you can guarantee Apple have turned it off and they will not authorise it.
Yeah. Now, turn it off as in they know the serial numbers, so they know the identifying numbers for those phones. They know the IMEI numbers. They know everything about these phones that have been stolen, and they have pretty much blacklisted. I would say, I'm not saying with any authority, I would guess that they would have blacklisted these devices from ever connecting to Apple networks at all. And you need to do that in order to get your phone online. So they've effectively bricked these phones. And if they've got any iPads and MacBooks that have been scooped up in that heist, I dare say that they would have got the same treatment, because this is Apple we're talking about. They know how to control things. And they understand security, and they can twist the security to bend to their will.
However, the one thing that comes out of that is, what were they targeting? This clearly is a prime target, something that they've looked at it and they've said, yep, we are going to target this.
Yeah, now iPhones are a particular favourite, and smartphones in general are a favourite for thieves, because they are small, they are valuable, and they are easy to move. But
why would they do that when actually getting one that works nowadays? All phones, if they're stolen, if somebody pinches my phone, I can ring up, report that it's been stolen, and it will be shut off. So if somebody then sells it to you as a hot phone in a pub, and you think, okay, I'm getting a reasonable phone here at a really cheap price, doesn't matter what network it is, you go and try and activate that phone, won't work.
Yeah. Well, the people that are selling it to you in the pub really don't have some sort of a warranty. So, they're quite happy just to get the couple of hundred out of you.
And you're hardly liable to go and see Dave Hilliard if you get a dud deal, are you?
Yeah. So this is, it's really easy money for the bad guys when they want to do this sort of thing. Now, even though they're blocked, I don't know if these guys were smart enough or not, but if they are smart enough, they'd probably also be stripping these devices for parts, because spare parts for Apple gear is expensive. So they might find some value in there, but it will be, it takes a lot of work to actually pull these apart and then strip the parts out of them.
But you'd have to know, something tells me, Ben, now I might be being harsh, I might be being a bit stereotypical here, but something tells me that we were not dealing with rocket scientists. I don't know. It's just just call it a gut feeling.
Yeah, they were reasonably well coordinated. So I saw the security vision, and they seem to know how to operate, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they know how to pull apart electronic equipment to get the good bits out.
And to know how they would apply. No. I somehow think that. Let me put it this way: I think these people are fast and loose kind of people. Grab it and flog it.
Grab it and go.
So what that means is there is liable to be some Apple equipment for sale around Perth. What they get, about 300 grand's worth.
$300,000 worth. I'm not too sure exactly how. It's about about 300 to 500 iPhones, I'd guess.
Yeah,
that's not bad. So keep an eye out if you're looking for second-hand smartphones or Apple devices or anything, maybe on Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace or down the pub. Just think twice about spending any sort of money on that sort of stuff because you never know.
And when you go back to the people and say, this isn't working properly, they'll look at you and go, tell somebody who cares. Yep. Actually, you won't even know who they are. No,
they'll disappear into the night, never to be seen again.
Yep. Still, it's quite remarkable. It is, of course, one of the great securities. Phones at one stage, hot phones used to be worth quite a bit because you could steal them and then just simply put a new SIM card in.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, we've woken up to that.
Yep.
And we say, you steal a phone and we'll turn it off permanently.
That's right. We'll brick it.
That's what I love that name, brick it.
Brick it.
Oh, yes. Takes a new term to bric-a-brac. By the way, if you'd like to have a chat to Ben, if you've got some interesting stuff, we got the NBN connected last week.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Halved my speed.
That sucks.
Halved my speed.
Man. All right. So unfortunately, there's not a great deal we can do because
we'll force. And this was something that I was always bitching about. Technically, it's functioned okay, and they sent the box out, which they said the technician will connect for you for $150, or you can do self-help. And I said, I'll do self-help, thanks.
Yeah.
And that worked fine.
Yes.
Speed test, it's halved.
Oh, bugger.
Now, I'm sitting here thinking we had to convert, even though I was reluctant to do so. And I've got to tell you, as I mentioned before to you privately and on air, left it to the 11th hour before we connected, right? Because I really didn't want to do it.
No.
Now, we're in the circumstance whereby we've connected because we've had to. We're paying more, right? Now, these people were subjected to Bernadette's negotiation, mate, so I'm telling you, we're paying the bottom of the wazza price because Bernadette doesn't negotiate anything other than Rolls-Royce service for Commodore prices and is very good at it. Okay, so we're still paying $10 a month more than we were for half the speed.
Right.
Now, am I a little bit unreasonable, feeling somewhat aggrieved, or do you think I might have a point?
Oh, look, I would be, I'd be ropeable. I'd be really upset. So if you're paying more for half the speed, that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever had any videos buffering on the new service?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep.
And I never had that before. That was the other. So you remember, we were in an HFC area, hybrid fibre and coax. We didn't have ADSL or anything like that.
Yes.
Hence the reason I was really happy. Life was good.
Yep.
I was just chugging along quite happily. And then I'm forced to go onto this system.
Yep.
That I did find out is sent down the HFC, because I'd heard of stories where they tried to shove it down the cable pairs before. So I found that information out. We've now had to go across to it.
Yep.
And we've got a service that's running slower.
Yeah.
Am I happy? No, I'm not. No. I'm not happy.
Yeah, look, I'm of the view that, okay, sure, you go across to a different service. As long as you can stream the videos without buffering, that's the test.
Mate, it was supposed to be a superior service.
Yeah.
So as far as I was concerned, it should have been faster than the old service.
Yep. No, if it's buffering, it's not fit for purpose, essentially. Because that's the main reason why we have the NBN. That's the main reason.
See, when it comes to this technical stuff, now they meet me. See, my wife is very pleasant, very nice, very well spoken, very kind, very considerate. I'm the epitome of I am about to introduce you to telecommunications industry ombudsman hell.
The finals are coming.
Elliot Yeo off a step, the snap, the goal.
Thursday night, there are no second chances for the Eagles as they clash with Essendon.
Cameron arriving quickly, streaks past them all and helps himself to a goal.
Then it's a huge Friday night at the G as the Cats take on the Pies.
What a goal to start the night.
And a Super Saturday sees the Giants and the Dogs fight for survival before the Lions and Tigers face off again, this time for a home preliminary final.
Oh,
Well, there's your mark of the day.
It's going to be a big first week of finals, thanks to Metal West Recycling and Orbit Fitness Equipment. And you can hear all the action and drama right here, because 6PR is finals football.
There was no way that 50 Up Club members Phil and Debbie were going on their cruise to Alaska without travel insurance. That's why they took up the special Insure and Go offer at 50upclub.com. If you're over 50, head to 50upclub.com now and receive 17% off any Insure and Go travel insurance policy. Insure and Go considers all pre-existing medical conditions, and you can travel with comfort knowing you'll have access to the largest 24/7 assistance network globally. Insure and Go travel insurance is issued by Mitsu Sumimoto Insurance Company Limited. Any advice provided is general in nature. Please read the PDS to see if this product is right for you. And of course, special offers like these don't last for long. Visit 50upclub.com.
This one's for fans of the beautiful game. It will be raining goals at the 2019 Mini Football Six-a-Side Soccer World Cup. Get to Langley Park and see the world's best players from 32 countries fighting for the World Championship. Pop-up bars, massive screens and fan zones are ready and waiting. Get your tickets now at Perth2019.com from $8.50 for kids and $12.50 for adults plus booking fees. 2019 Mini Football Six-a-Side Soccer World Cup, Langley Park, October 1 to 11. A federal Liberal event.
Look around Perth and chances are you've seen a diamond precast project. From the precast noise walls on Tonkin Highway as part of the Gateway project, to the now completed stunning Echelon luxury apartments on the South Perth foreshore. Diamond Precast has proven results in major projects throughout WA and is the only local company that covers the entire precast building process, from concept to install. Build smarter, build faster with Diamond Precast. diamondprecast.com.au.
HBF members, did you know you can get extra from your optical extras at Specsavers? Head in store today and get 2 styles from the $149 range, no gap, including single vision lenses. Hurry, for a limited time only at Specsavers. Conditions apply.
This October, over 700 international players will descend on Perth for the 2019 WMF Mini Football World Cup. And 6PR is giving your sporting club the chance to be part of the action. We're giving away 5 prizes of 20 tickets to any game in the tournament, including the grand final. To win, register your sporting club at 6pr.com.au. Hurry, entries close September 15. The 2019 Mini Football World Cup, October 1 to 11. Tickets at perth2019.com.
On 882 6PR, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley.
And we're joined by Ben Aylett, talking technology and answering your technological questions. By the way, if you want to find out Ben's contact information, easy peasy. Just simply jump onto the net, type in benaylett.com, and right, there it shall be. By the way, 1 L, 2 T's in Aylett. Mm-hmm. Stuart.
G'day, guys. How you going?
Good, mate. Very well, Stuart. What's up, mate?
So I'm actually following on from your conversation about the NBN. So look, to premise this, I sell technology. I run a technology business.
Right.
So I knew what I was getting into. I was on the fastest broadband NBN I can be on in my current house. So 100 meg, 30 up, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Never had a problem with it. Close to the rim, can see it. Yep. However, I've moved into a rural property, 5 acres. So I knew I was going to have to take wireless NBN.
Yeah.
How I've now got that in and I've got the connection and that's working. Mm-hmm. But I did hang my hat on the fact that the NBN said, and I did my research, that wireless NBN would go from 25 meg and they were going to push it up to 50 with the viewpoint of going to above that as well.
Yeah.
Then they go to the Senate inquiry after we built the house and just getting it all done, and they've said they're not going to go above 25 meg.
Yeah.
And where I've got an issue with this now is I've now got a much reduced service to what I'm used to, and I'm trying to run a business off that.
Yeah.
Is there any way out there, Ben, that you know of that I can increase that speed with any other service? And I probably should premise that with a 2-part question. That where I'm located, and this is the crazy thing, I'm on a rural property that's between Armidale and Byford, literally a straight road between the two, both of which have got permanent high-speed, cabled NBN.
Yep.
But they've decided for their infinite wisdom that because these 5-acre blocks are all too hard to run a cable to, they're going to put a wireless NBN because we're in the metro area still. So is there anything you can do? Can I get fibre in there myself Can I pay for that?
Well,
You can, but it costs a bomb.
Yeah, it'll cost an arm and a leg to get that in. There are.
What about as a collective site? Here's an idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking myself, actually.
Do you have a number that begins with 95 or 93?
Phone number or
Phone
zip
number.
code? I have a I have a number that begins with 95, I believe now.
Okay, well, if you've got one that believes in the reason why I'm asking that is because it tells me which exchange you're linked to. If it begins with 95, you're linked to Byford. If it begins with 93, you're linked to Armidale. Because you know what I reckon would really work well, especially if they got NBN in those areas? A dedicated microwave link between where you live, that is the estate on which you live where these 5-acre lots are, and the Byford exchange.
Oh, look, I'd
mate, that could be done fairly cheap. It'd be a lot cheaper than fibre, but you could easily have a 10 terabyte data stream running between where you are and the Byford exchange and then distributed in the local estate.
I'm literally just driving back from a job now where we've just put in 12 ubiquity links.
Oh, yeah.
That are all running 150 megabits, you know, which is a commercial job.
Yep.
There is no reason why that couldn't be done, but yet NBN has chosen to use this wireless technology, and it's inferior now.
Oh, it is.
And it won't be improved.
No.
So, anyway.
It's not great. What I do suggest, there is a Perth provider who are sort of sidestepping the whole NBN thing. They're called Pentanet. So PENTANET.com.au. They're a Perth-based operation run by a bunch of people who enjoy playing computer games. So performance is important to them.
Because they need lots of speed, don't they, for the computer games to run?
Yeah. Give those guys a try. They might be covering your area, or they might have plans to cover your area soon. Or
they might be interested in covering your area once they have a call from you, Stuart. You've also got obviously some inside knowledge there, so you'll be able to talk a bit of techie stuff to them. So what was that name again, Ben?
Pentanet. So PENTANET.com.au.
Pentanet. If you have any trouble, give us a call back, Stuart.
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh, good evening, Chris and Ben.
Yes, Brian.
Ben, I don't know if you're aware, but in the United States, Google are restricting third-party repairers. They're not coming up in the search. If you do a Google search,
right,
they're deliberately not coming up. Now, that means that, people that do iPhone screen repairs and that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, the ACCC fined Apple $7 million.
That's right.
Because of restriction of doing repairs. So big organisations like iFixit that do manuals for just about every sort of repair you can think of, they've been excluded.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering, coincidentally, like people probably going to be battling to get smartphone parts now, like iPhone, for example.
Yeah. Now,
you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, there has been very recent news. So this is in the last couple of days where Apple has they seem to have relaxed a little bit as far as what makes an authorised repairer. So you can actually go and do the authorised repairer course, which I understand is free. And once you pass the qualifications, you then become a part of the authorised repairer network, which gives you access to the spare parts. So yes, in the past it's been a real pain, but I think there have been some recent changes, and this has been enforced through the United States. So I'd imagine that if it isn't enacted in Australia yet, it will be very soon, where we can expect to see Apple, I suppose, playing fair when it comes to repairs.
Yeah. Well, in the United States, a lot of states support the right to repair concept.
Yes.
If you buy something, it's your... Yeah. The other thing, very quickly, is with Windows 7 finishing on about the 14th of January...
Very good, yes.
...next year...
Yep.
The other day I got a whole list of laptops that Microsoft are suggesting that I buy, and I was very confused. Like, they were pretty expensive overall.
Of course.
It didn't say whether it was US dollars or Australian dollars, and it didn't say whether it included GST or GST was to be added. So personally, I don't want to get Windows 10, and I've done all my updates on Windows 7. I've taken all my bank offline. So I'm just going to box on with Windows 7. But have you heard anything about the prices of these Microsoft laptops they're selling?
Oh, okay, yeah. Say the Microsoft Surface. What you can do, you don't actually have to go directly to Microsoft to get a Microsoft Surface or a Surface Pro or whatever. You can actually go to your big box retailers like JB Hi-Fi or through Harvey Norman. Now, JB Hi-Fi, I know, do price matching, as do Officeworks and all the others.
Yeah, if you prove the price is genuine, they will price match. Yes.
Yeah, and I found in general through these big box retailers, you can actually get a better price than what the manufacturer would actually offer.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. The ones they're offering aren't cheap.
No,
I wouldn't. No. What Ben's saying is I wouldn't even look at those. Go and have a chat to a JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman and Officeworks. People like that.
Yeah.
Play them off against each other, mate, and you get a great price. That's what he's essentially saying.
Well,
I do have brands that... Sorry?
Doesn't actually end there because if a new processor develops a problem in the next couple of years, it's happened. I've found errors in Intel processors since 2011.
Very good, yes.
If that happens again, they'll say, "Oh, look, your computer's no longer satisfactory. You have to buy a new one."
No, what you're talking about there is the Spectre and Meltdown bugs, and these have allowed bad guys to pull sensitive information out of processors just by exploiting a performance enhancement put into these chips. What they've done to fix it is that they've put the fixes not quite in the hardware itself, but in what's called the microcode, and this is actually installed via the operating system. So a lot of these problems can be fixed with software. This is the way that they're designed. So yes, if we do have any problems with design flaws or any problems with the hardware down the track, it can actually be fixed in most cases with a software patch.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that, Brian. Joe.
Hello there. Very quickly, when Westnet offered I live up in the wheat belt. When Westnet offered a broadband service, it was had to use satellite dish.
Yes.
And at the time, NBN didn't have their own satellite up, so Westnet was leasing, I think it might have been NBN leasing part of Optus satellite.
Yep.
And we were getting a whopping big 4 megabytes per second download, and then when NBN whacked their satellite up, they came and replaced the 1.2 metre wide dish with a 600 wide dish, and the best I ever got with NBN satellite was 3 megabytes per second, even though they guarantee between 4 and 12. Usually it was about 1.6, 1.7. So I looked into it, and I ended up putting a little magnetic omnidirectional aerial on my roof. Ran it down to a Netgear Nighthawk mobile router, and through Telstra, I get 40 to 50 megabytes per second all the time.
There you go. You're using the 4G network. That's it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, mobile cellular technology, I would say, really outperforms compared to satellite. Satellite really, it's like a last resort. I wouldn't bother using satellite unless there was really no other way around it.
So what happens is the old rule, cable where you can, wireless where you must, still holds true.
And satellite when there's really nothing else to do.
Yeah, because when it buckets down with rain, satellite's not going to work anyway. Hello, Norman.
My internet has been very slow mobile in the last 2 weeks. And I can't get Facebook tonight. It just says some progress. News feed's not coming up. All my news feeds are not coming up. Yeah. With Telstra the last 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And this is...
The email's been slow on my computer. The email's been slow on my computer as well. I had to keep clicking the send receive or update folder every time I would get an email updated.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It's really frustrating when you can't get the internet connection up and running as it should. Look, I'm really not too sure what to do with that one. I would be going back to Telstra to see what they can do. And they'd be the first people to talk to because, hey, it's their network, right?
Yeah.
It's
still slow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So can't get videos or look for people who like the posts. It doesn't work. I've tried it earlier.
Yep.
On the Facebook, on my phone.
What about other services? Have you tried other services?
No.
No. Give them a try. because, I doubt it would be Facebook that's down, but give it a try. If it's working with other services, then you might have a problem with just getting onto Facebook at that point in time. And also, have you restarted your equipment? So have you restarted your router?
Yeah, I did that. We've done it. Yes, we've done that. Yeah.
Okay.
We started the phone, threw it back on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The phone.
I can't really update my software. Can't update my software on my phone. I want to update my software
Yeah.
to 12.41 and I can't even do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest, Ben?
Have a chat to Telstra to start with, and see what they can do to help you out. If you've got no joy, you might need to get someone in to have a good look.
To have a look, make sure everything's okay. Thank you for that, Norman. By the way, if you'd like to have a chat to Ben, 922 882. And also, don't forget Ben's website, benaylitz.com.
Start your day the right way.
Chinese whispers yesterday. So Hags comes on and tells us that Josh Kennedy gets injured in this match simulation on Friday.
With Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis.
Now, somehow, that news makes its way to Melbourne, and at one stage it's broadcast Josh Kennedy has done his ACL.
I don't need any love from you guys. It's okay. It's all right.
Can you actually walk? Can you breathe, JK, firstly?
Yeah, I can. I'm lucky enough. The leg is still there.
Breakfast with Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis. Tomorrow morning from 5 on 882 6PR. Or catch up now at 6pr.com.au.
Footy on the Road returns to the Carlisle Hotel Friday, September 6. Join Carl Langdon, Glenn Jakovich, Lee Spur, Jeremy McGovern and Matt Taberner on 6PR's Footy Panel as we head into an exciting AFL Final Series. It's Perth's best and original Footy Panel show. Before this unique event is sold out, contact the Carlisle Hotel for your tickets now. 6PR's Footy on the Road, live from the Carlisle Hotel Friday, September 6 from 12:30.
Get ready for the summer ahead and get along to the Pool Spa and Outdoor Living Expo this weekend. See the best in pools, spas, landscaping, outdoor furniture, pool renovations and much more under one roof. You could win an outdoor alfresco kitchen valued at $8,000 just for coming along. The Pool Spa and Outdoor Living Expo, Claremont Showgrounds this weekend. Presented by Spaza with thanks to major sponsor Riverina Pools. poolandsparshow.com.au.
The 101 on Aged Care with Jill Donaldson.
Did you know it can take 13 weeks or longer to get a bed in an aged care home? And chances are it's not one you want unless you've done your homework and planned ahead. Aged care can be very complicated. That's why we built agedcare101.com.au. There are 9 steps in winning an aged care place, and every one of them requires paperwork. And a lot of it is complicated paperwork. It's all explained for you on agedcare101.com.au. Plus there are tips and shortcuts. If you're smart, you'll start planning early. 13 weeks can be chewed up really fast when you are working and emotionally stretched. Educate yourself at agedcare101.com.au. It's your 101 for aged care. That's agedcare101.com.au.
Sorry to interrupt, but I've got an important announcement about Buy Radio. If you want your business to reach a weekly audience of 200,000 people...
Plus me.
Yes, and him. We've made it easy for you with our brand new Buy Radio website, buyradio.com.au. Help yourself to our best performing advertising packages or speak to us for something more bespoke. Remember, buyradio.com.au. Anyway, back to business.
Until midnight, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
Ben Aylitz here. benaylitz.com is the website, by the way. You'd like to have a chat to him. Hello, Paul.
G'day, Chris and Ben. Just interested in that previous comment you had about cable where you can and wireless if you must.
No, yeah, cable where you can, wireless where you must, yep.
Where you must. I find with I've got an ADSL 2 Plus to my house and, Wi-Fi off the IONET modem.
Yep.
I consistently find the 4G network, though, for internet access consistently faster than the ADSL 2 Plus.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, am I doing something wrong, or is that to be expected?
No, that's to be expected. ADSL 2 Plus is a really, really old technology. And the mobile network you're using is probably 4G, otherwise known as LTE, and that's really relatively new technology. And
it's definitely 4G. It's not 5G.
No,
but I'm just wondering. I'm going to be given the option in the next 18 months, I think, to go over to the NBN or not. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just go to the 5G network and be done with it and not worry about.
Can I make an observation about the 5G network? As more and more people pile onto it, theory says it's going to slow down. I mean, we're hearing about these amazing speeds on 5G at the moment, but relatively speaking, there are not huge numbers of subscribers. If everybody who's around was on the 5G network, theory says it would slow down and slow down a lot because it is limited.
There are technical limitations, just like we have technical limitations with 4G. 4G is still performing pretty well, even though we have a huge amount of subscribers on it. And I'd say 5G could actually have greater capacity. The reason being is its shortfall is actually going to work in its favour. So the shortfall with 5G is that it doesn't have the reach of 4G. Now, in order to cover the same amount of area, they've got to put up more towers or microcells around the place. And instead of having to share like a 4G connection, you're sharing it between, say, 300 to 400 subscribers over a large area, you've got a 5G microcell, which will cover maybe 20 or 30 people.
So in Paul's instance, what would you say?
I would have a look at your usage and what you use it for. If you're going to be using it for watching videos and things, and if you can afford a plan that'll support it on your 4G network, then go for it. 5G, also keep an eye out for that. Look for the data caps and any limitations. So it's just something we've got to be careful with mobile technology. Yes, it's fast, but it is expensive.
Beautiful. Hope that information helps, Paul. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie.
Hi. I've been without landline reception and internet for a week now.
Oh dear. Okay.
I had an NBN fellow over this morning, fixed all that side of things up, and he tried to phone. Can I mention the name? I will, because I'm so mad about it.
Yep.
Telstra.
Yep.
That their cable that was leading to my home was faulty, and he said 4 times, tried to explain this to these people at Telstra, and I still haven't had any success. So my phone is still out of order.
Okay.
I've phoned them 4 times this week. Still no problem.
Right.
What can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do?
What can you do? Okay. Have you made a formal complaint and got a reference number?
I've made a formal complaint. I've phoned them 4 times.
Yep. Have you got a reference number?
I think I did have a reference number initially.
Okay.
Good.
If you've got a reference number, that's step 1. Step 2 is to get in touch with the TIO, or the Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman.
Oh, TIO, all right. Oh,
okay.
Good.
Get in touch with them and give them a rundown of what's happening. Yep.
TIO.com.au.
I'm not very good on because I can't use the computer.
Have you got a pen?
No, not right now.
All right. Well, what we'll do, Jackie, is we'll pop you on hold, and I'll get Kira to give you the number for the Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman.
Yep.
Got a pen there,
Actually,
Kira? You won't have to look it up. It's 1-800.
Yep.
We'll give that number 1-800-062 058.
That's right.
Now, Ben,
yes,
you're offering a new service through benaylett.com.
That's right.
A free cybersecurity newsletter. I like it already.
Well, there you go. And that's pretty much everything. You've told everyone about it. No, if you go to benaylett.com/contact, you'll see all my contact details, of course, but you'll also see a link that will take you to a page that will allow you to subscribe to my free cybersecurity newsletter. Now, this is a basic cybersecurity newsletter. It's aimed at everyday people. So if there is an alert, and I usually put out a newsletter every month, so I'm not going to be filling your inbox with garbage all the time. It's just once a month, I'll be giving you an update on which systems have patches outstanding, and what needs to be patched, and it's just kept to the absolute bare minimum.
Beautiful.
Nice and simple.
We'll talk to you next week. BenAylitz.com is the website.
Hi, Perth. Get ready to play.